Hey everybody, welcome to the Pennsylvania Highlands Community College virtual chat. We are here to talk about our computer science and information technology programs. This is an on-demand session where we will get into some of the details regarding those programs so that you can learn more about not only what you would learn in that major, but also the career fields behind those majors. We have two esteemed faculty with us, Mr. Greg Panessa and Lisa Zucolato. Certainly they'll cover more details in this presentation, but we encourage you that if you have more questions, reach out to one of us. We have contact information at the end of this presentation, and you can certainly call any of our schools and we'll be happy to talk with you further. But without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to our faculty.
Hello, everyone. My name's Lisa Zucolato, and I am a full-time faculty member at Pennsylvania Highlands Community College in Information Technology. We have several different tracks we're going to talk to you about today, but just a little bit more about my history. I have been working in IT for over 30 years. I started with some experience and then have been teaching at Penn Highlands now full-time for 17 years this year. So I look forward to seeing all of you. Greg?
Hello, everybody. I'm Greg Panessa. I'm an instructor of computer technology at Penn Highlands. I'm a relatively new instructor to Penn Highlands. I've been teaching here since the fall of 2019. I'm a Johnstown native. Grown up in the area, I went to school locally, spent my career in the computer field locally. I've worked from intern to management in the computer systems and software development field, and as I said, just started teaching last fall.
All right.
Go to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
So today, we're going to discuss the various programs and certificates that are offered here at Lisa and I are working together to keep the program current and relevant. For instance, we're making sure textbooks are up to date and introducing new technologies where appropriate.
Yes.
Let us know what areas of computer science you're interested in by getting a hold of us, or let us know if you have any questions about possible jobs. Do it on slide 4, Chris. So the core computer science program here at Penn Highlands focuses on software development, processes, and solving problems. You'll learn how to apply these skills and the skills require an understanding of various math concepts. So the core computer classes cover networking, operating systems, and a fundamental background of computers and programming. After completing the Associate of Science degree, graduates can transfer their credits to programs of other universities to continue their degrees. Go on. So to develop the necessary computer science skills, a graduate needs to complete specific classes. These classes are broken down into two major categories: general education requirements and major requirements. As you can see, there's the general education includes things like chemistry, physics, public speaking. Public speaking is one that not every computer science person will be attracted to, but trust me, it's one you're going to need throughout your career, no matter what area you pick. You're going to end up talking to people at some point. And if you look at the major requirements, this is, as I said, focusing more on networking and the computer operating systems, the programming side, programming from the very beginning of introduction to programming through object-oriented programming as you move along. And there is math involved, so you'll see that mathematics and calculus thrown in there. Okay, back to Lisa.
Okay, let's look at the 3 individual tracks of information technology. These are all great options. They're going to get you into the job market right away, and you'll actually see that there's a lot of opportunities in the area. So the first one that seems to be a favorite of our students right now is the cybersecurity track. And you're going to learn all about setting up security for your network operating systems, and also how you can protect yourself as you actually work online and in the cloud. So you could see we have various different things that you're going to need to learn while you're in that particular track. Some of them working with different operating systems. You'll work with Windows, you'll work with Linux. You'll also be looking at how we could stop these attacks. What type of attacks can actually occur? And again, we're talking at the local level, but we're also talking virtual and cloud computing based. You can see that we also have transfer options here. This is going to be normally to the private colleges like Mount Aloysius, St. Francis, and you could see you could become a junior or higher. Go ahead. Just a mention of some of the key requirements for our coursework in cybersecurity. You're going to see we have our local area network class. You really can't do anything to secure a network environment unless you know how a network environment works. So this course is going to teach you the core components of any individual network environment, and that's going to be either again, a WAN environment, a LAN environment. You're going to be able to know the basics. We're also going to, of course, need some security type classes. So network security is going to be patterned off the CompTIA Network Plus exam. If you want to actually get added benefit, we also have a partnership with CompTIA, which I'll talk about just a little bit later, where you could actually get the Network Plus, Security Plus, A Plus, and other CompTIA certs just from the material that we go over in class. Wireshark Network Analysis is another great class. It's a protocol analyzer that pretty much is going to let you see what's traveling across the wire, just like a doctor looks at an x-ray. We have other tracks, so let's continue. Another great track is network administration. This is in partnership with Cisco. We're going to talk about our partnerships again later, but this allows us to actually offer Cisco curriculum and also gives you the opportunity to be able to get a highly discounted voucher at the end of your 2 years when you've completed to actually take the CCNA exam. Again, we've kept up with everything current. Cisco has just changed their program. They've changed the CCNA, and we are now teaching the latest up-to-date material for you to get your CCNA. Again, more or less transferring these to the state, not the state, I'm sorry, the private schools like Mount Aloysius, St. Francis. The key classes here, which are 5 credits each, are going to actually be the actual networking basics class. Next, you go into routing and switching essentials, advanced routing and switching technology, and WAN technology. These are special classes, and you'll find this is very rigorous curriculum. You're going to find that you're going to be working with routers, you're going to be working with switches, you're going to actually also get into some wireless and some virtualization as well in the new curriculum. So it covers pretty much everything. It does work quite a bit though at the command line of a router and a switch. So if you really like getting into working at the command line, setting something up and having it do exactly what you want it to do to protect your network, to create your network, this program is going to be for you. Next. Last but not least, we have our server administration track. This track is basically going to get you into network administration and basically working in that type of an environment. If you think you want to be a network admin, or if you just want to actually be a technician, or you want to get into maybe working for one of the various companies that take care of the network environments, you're going to find this program is going to be for you. Again, a lot of the classes are going to cross over between these different tracks, but there are some here that's going to be just for this particular track. Transfer options, again, to the private institution only. Some of those that make this track just a little different than the others. You're going to see that we're going to get into database management, management information systems. You're also going to get into TCP/IP connectivity and troubleshooting a little bit more in detail. And Windows Enterprise Services is also going to be a key course here. Windows Enterprise Services, covering things like DHCP setup, DNS setup, setting up Exchange and things like that. So this one being a little different in that respect.
Okay, so back to me. Penn Highlands also offers several certificates to our students. A certificate shows that the student focused on computer technologies that are critical to businesses and industry. With the Computer Support Specialist Certificate, graduates will understand PCs and networking fundamentals, with a focus on administration of specific Linux and Windows-based operating systems and network utilities. Good. Earlier I mentioned that we were updating courses. As you can see, CIT 100 title is being changed from microcomputer applications to productivity applications. This will allow a focus on not just Microsoft Office, but G Suite or other open office tools, depending on needs of the students. Also, CIT 166, visual programming or visual basic programming. We're going to start looking at including Python within that class. So from the perspective of these classes, if you have any questions about the classes or possible careers, again, message Lisa or I, and we can get back to you in further detail. Good, next slide.
The information security, was that yours, Greg? I'm sorry. We could cut it out if that's
I'm sorry,
yours.
I said back.
What?
That's okay. Back to you.
Okay. Information Security Analysis Certificate. Again, this is going to introduce you to security. It's going to give you the key courses only from our AAS degree in network security. So you're going to actually be learning CompTIA Security Plus, the Wireshark Ethical Hacking, and again, all of these courses are going to allow you to get ready for certifications. Every one of those courses correspond to a certification that will allow you to actually get into the field rather quickly. Again, there's those courses that we have added for Information Security Analysis Certificate.
Okay. Network Administration Certificate. With this certificate, graduates will understand networking technologies, communication, and connectivity. This certificate also includes the training with the Cisco Networking Academy classes. Lisa, do you want to add anything additional to discussion on this certificate?
This is going to also be the Cisco Academy. So again, this would be just the core classes, the 4 core classes that I talked about, where you would learn to go ahead and implement, configure all of the devices necessary for network communication, including switches and routers. It would also give you that chance at that voucher for the CCNA.
Okay. Next, Chris. And as Lisa said, these are the listing of those 4 core classes with some potential career opportunities that you might end up going after if you achieve the certificate: an IT manager, network specialist, network manager, network architecture, or system analyst. If you have any questions about the classes or possible careers, again, let Lisa and I know.
Again, we have these partnerships and we are also accredited. I'll talk about the partnerships, and Greg, do you want to mention about the accreditation?
Sure.
Okay, so Cisco Network Academy, again, we are partnered with Cisco Academy, and we've been partnered with them. I do believe it's now at least 12 years, I believe. It's been a great partnership. They offer excellent benefits. They also allow students different study material for the CCNA. They also allow students to take other coursework for free, go through the curriculum in your own time, and basically just do what you want to actually do with that curriculum. So you might want to actually take curriculum on Linux online. You can do that with the Academy. It will also let you learn about some of the newer technologies as well, cloud computing. They also have a cybersecurity class. CompTIA, again, is going to have numerous different certificates that you could actually get, certifications. And we're going to actually have classes that you could get: the Network Plus, the A Plus, Linux Plus. You could probably even go after Server Plus, and numerous other certificates through CompTIA. It's a wonderful program where you can actually take those certifications for half price. And I want to mention, we are also a Pearson VUE testing center. So you don't even have to leave the college to take your certification test. We have it all right there. You could sign up online to take the exam and take it right at our testing center and be certified, plus get your degree.
So Lisa left out the CAE 2Y cybersecurity accreditation. We're also part of the group working on the cybersecurity side with IUP. Once students complete the cybersecurity courses with us, they could continue and move on into potential efforts directly with clients or customers that are looking for their skills, or they can continue their education with IUP and move into a more polished, and I don't know what else to say about this, Lisa, sorry.
I'm sorry, maybe I threw you under the bus. Again, that accreditation is really through the DoD, and we basically have to renew that every 3 years. So we are going to need to renew that very soon. But it's a very special accreditation where we're actually looking at our Cyber Academy of Excellence for 2 years. IUP is a 4-year participant, and we actually have an association with them so that we're actually working with them along to get our students ready for any of the cybersecurity opportunities that may be out there. So that's an excellent accreditation. It's going to allow us to, again, make sure you get the best possible education in cybersecurity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Panessa and Ms. Zucolato, for sharing some of the basics when it comes to our computer science and information technology programs. I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of taking a step backwards and looking at other places where you can find help and assistance at Pennsylvania Highlands Community College. There are a lot of different academic resources available because we want to see you be successful. And certainly we want to see you take advantage of these, but you will see from time to time us, whether it's our faculty or our staff, encouraging our students to take advantage of these resources, such as tutoring. We have tutoring at all of our locations. We've also set up virtual tutoring sessions to ensure that students understand the big picture of whatever they're trying to learn in those classes. And certainly it doesn't stop with math and English. We can also search for tutors for any class that you're enrolled in. And we always encourage students to reach out to their professors as well for help. There are lots and lots of resources available with our library, whether it's at the actual library in Richland or online. We have tons of online resources available. For those students who have any questions around disability services or accommodations, we have an ADA specialist. His name is Michael Lucas, and he is a wonderful person to talk with about whatever questions you may have regarding accommodations and disability services. We also have a department for Keystone Education Yields Success, which does provide additional benefits to some students based on eligibility. And for example, that could help students get a laptop provided to them, of course, if they are found eligible for that program. There is also a personal counseling service at the school, and Bridget Hall is just a fantastic counselor where she will meet with you one-on-one to discuss whatever concerns you have, whether it's inside or outside of the classroom. And finally, we have this other tutoring service available called Smart Thinking that is 24 hours available to students 24/7. And it is something I've seen students take advantage of, especially kind of towards the end of the semester when it begins to be crunch time and they're trying to get their projects done. But anything to add to that, Mr. Panessa or Ms. Zucolato?
All our programs here are wonderful. I love all the resources we have to help students. I think we do that very, very well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as next steps are concerned, if you found that one of our programs does fit your interests or your goals, then what we would like to do is help you move forward. And certainly if you have more questions and you want to make sure it is the right program for yourself, reach out to us. We're here. We can answer your questions and make sure. But certainly if you're at the point where you want to begin the process, applying to the college doesn't take a long time. There is no application fee. And it really is a pretty simple process that we can walk you through. It's available on our website under prospective students. We don't require an essay, but we would like to talk with you about your goals just to get on the same page and make sure that we come up with a solid game plan for your future. And I also wanted to add contact information for those questions. Now, you'll see that we have our address listed here. That's our main location in Richland, which is near Johnstown, PA. And we have other locations throughout the Laurel Highlands area, including Somerset, Evansburg, Altoona, Huntington, and fully online. Some of our programs are fully online. But the number that you see there, that goes to our admissions office in the Richland area. And if you're looking at a different location, feel free to reach out to one of those. We also have the email addresses for Mr. Panessa here. That's gpanessa@pennhighlands.edu. And for Ms. Zucolato, lzucolato@pennhighlands.edu. Any thoughts or last words, guys?
Come join our programs. We'll welcome you with open arms. We're loving to have new students come and join us. We have new programs starting in the fall. It'd be an excellent opportunity for you to get your career started. So we hope to see you then.
I totally agree with Lisa. I'm looking forward to seeing you and applying what we know.
Can you tell me a thing or two about our computer information science or information technology programs that you find unique?
Well, Chris, I am, as you know, new to this environment, but I think that everything that is being covered gives students a nice foundation and background to the CS degree. You get a wide variety of understanding of programming languages, what the hardware is, and what the potentials are with computer science. And if you get into one of our tracks of cybersecurity or networking, then you can take those and tailor them to what your needs are. Some of the other things that I like is that Lisa and I are able to work together and keep things current. We've made changes based on our situation with COVID. So we're engaging new methodologies of going about teaching online. We're changing up what's being taught, adding more relevant programming languages, making some things consistent so that you don't have to learn two different things when learning one would suffice. I think the perspective, whenever I first started being asked to look in the possibility of adding robotics or other capabilities to the program, I look forward to Lisa and I working that out, and I'm trying to focus on some of that this summer.
Yes. That's exciting.
Very good, Greg. Thank you. And Lisa, same question for you. If you could add a thing or two about what you find unique for either the computer information science programs or the information technology programs.
I think Greg said it very well. We keep things up to date. We constantly are updating our material. We know that technology is constantly changing, and we strive to actually keep our courses current and teach the most current technology. We do give students that core, that base. They need to know the basic information about networking and writing computer languages, but then we give them so much more. We basically add to that any of the information, say cloud computing, virtualization. Some of the newer computer languages are now going to start to be introduced. So again, I think that's the best part of our program, is the fact that we constantly are updating it, and we're making sure that students don't go out into the work environment not understanding the newest and greatest technologies.
Fantastic. Well, there you go. Those are great reasons to explore these programs more, and I definitely appreciate both of you sharing that. So, is there anything else you guys wanted to add to this?
Only that we want students. We definitely want to see your face sitting in our classrooms. With COVID-19, things are still a little iffy, but right now, if we do go into the classroom, we'll be having classrooms that are half the size so that we can have multiple students in the classroom safely. So we're still hoping that we have tons of students that are going to start up in the fall, and we hope we see you in our programs.
And we'll find ways to make sure you get hands-on experience with technologies that we can introduce you to.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.